So, e-commerce tech solutions. Whew. I've been having some technical issues. So, and really, but not really, but really, I've been having some tech issues. So, this is more on the advanced side from my tech issues. I'm trying to. What happens is you get to a stage to where the click funnels or the Shopify's, these things don't work the way you need them to work. But this is where you hire somebody. This is where you hire somebody, bring them in, and have them augment or have them what's a good tech word? Basically, have them add to, change the code or add some code to it, custom design. This is where you have them come in and custom design for you something that's going to work for you and your business because of what you're trying to do in your marketing. So for me, I've been trying to do something. I've been trying to basically create a sales funnel specifically for me, for what it is that I'm trying to do. And the out of the box options that I've had access to haven't been working the way that I needed them to work. So now I have Shopify linked up to ClickFunnels, and then I also have another funnel software that I was using as well. And then on the back end, I have OCU, and that's how I won that award for this e-commerce award. I have this big e-commerce championship belt for sales that came through on the back end. So not only was I selling them the initial product, but I also sold them over it's probably like it's definitely over. It's like, I don't know, maybe like $300,000-$400,000 on the back end as well. Because I'm thinking about email and versus what just went through that. So I sold people this one thing and then I sold people another thing. Mindset, just a quick mindset on selling. I don't want you to get into, because some of you guys are probably screaming in your heads like, you said that you sold them something. You said you sold them one thing and then you sold somebody something else. And you may be thinking to yourself, you personally, excuse me for hitting the mic, I hate to come to a site and then they sell me one thing and then they try to sell me this, they try to sell me that, try to sell me this, try to sell me that. That's okay for you to think that about yourself, but remember, you're just one person. And what do I mean by you're just one person? Remember when I talked to you guys earlier about statistically significant data and then anecdotal data. So 1 people, 3 people doesn't refer to everybody. You know how you hear people say, everybody says this, is that, the third. They only talk to like 3 or 4 people. That's not everybody. You really need to talk to about 1,000 people before you can start trying to use the word everybody is doing this, that, and the third. Or you need to have done some research and found out that everybody is doing this. So anyway, about the point about selling and having an issue with, you're inviting somebody over, you sell them one thing, and then you also turn around and offer them another thing, and then another thing, and then another thing, probably let's say 3 other things. If all 3 of those things are consistent, when I show up to, I'm gonna give you an example. When I show up to get my oil changed at the dealership, or whether I'm going to an oil change place, they will say, we'll change your oil, we'll check your fluids, right? And then they may have something else that they're doing. All of those things are congruent with the car running well. So they're not just selling me stuff. These are all problems that I have, and all of these problems are congruent. You want to make sure the same thing. You want to make sure that you're not just selling people stuff. You're not here. We're not actually even selling. We are in the service. We are being of service to people. I think the Bible says that that the servant is greater than the king, right? So you are doing, at the end of the day, you're doing the Lord's work, or you're doing great work by servicing people. If you're offering people garbage, then obviously you're not doing that. But if my leg is broken and you say, well, I have splints, the 2 things that go besides your leg. Okay, great. Give me those. I also have the tape that you need to wrap around the surgical. I mean, not the surgical tape, but like the bandage tape or the Ace Bandage. I also have Ace Bandage. You just said splints. I bought that. Now you have Ace Bandages. I need that as well. Remember, I'm talking about a broken leg. Then the third thing you offer me is, guess what? Daggone crutches. Why am I going to be mad because that you're offering me the splints, the bandages, and now you're offering me crutches? If you afterwards say, by the way, it's your knee because your knee is actually broken, there's actually stem cells that I can inject into your knee to help your knee heal quicker. At what point in time in my mind am I thinking, why are they trying to sell me all of this extra stuff? I'm not going to think that way. I'm going to think, I need that, I need that, I need that, I need that, I need that. Whether I have the money to buy that or not is a total different subject. But do I need these things that you're actually selling me? Are all of these things helping my problem, helping me to, are all of these things that you're offering me, all these things that you're selling me, all these things that you're being in service of, do these things actually help the one problem that I have? Remember, I told you guys earlier, this is why you need to understand the problem and all of the solutions around the problem. There's stem cells that you can inject into your knee that will help your knee heal. If your knee is broke, your knee is probably going to have to be in some sort of brace. What other things are going to, the other things that I mentioned, all of those different things are a product in and of itself. And you can't market all of those products in the ad on Facebook. You only want to talk about one thing, one product. When I get to the page, one thing. The next thing that you sell me after I buy that one thing, because we're talking about the technology. Once I buy this, then now the tech is going to say, then now the funnel is going to show me another page. Is going to say, hey, would you like to also buy this? Would you like to also buy that? These things shouldn't just be saying, would you like to also buy, but it should readdress the problem, this is sales copy. It should readdress the problem and say how this can also help as well. And it should naturally add on to the first thing that you sold me. And it should be clear. This is why you need to hire a professional to write this out for you and not just do it yourself unless you have a background in doing this, obviously. So the tech piece. So I've been trying to do something specifically. That the tech doesn't do out of the box. So I had to hire somebody to bring them in, have them custom design certain things on my Shopify store, and then have that link over to ClickFunnels, and then have ClickFunnels talk back to Shopify. So that way, all of my logistics in the back end, as far as me shipping out orders, printing off labels, and all of that type of stuff, keeping all of that data rolled back into Shopify. So that way my people that's up here at the front, I say front desk. I actually get that from my Halliburton days. So the lady that's handling my customer service, everything stays the same to her. So what I'm doing on the marketing side doesn't affect her. Remember, I told you guys that I'm in the end. I'm not just on YouTube talking to y'all, but I'm also actually in the trenches, and I'm actually running the business on both sides and talking to my people. So even if I'm sending out an email or doing whatever, and the email's going great, but it's causing customer service issues, there's tweaks that needs to be made in that sales copy so that way it doesn't cause customer service issues, or customer service issues that don't drive my people insane to where now they're leaving the business, and then now I have to go out and hire more people. You see what I'm saying? So I really have to be mindful from one spectrum all the way over to the other spectrum. So technology, tech is huge. Putting pixels in all of these things, putting Google Analytics and all of these things, Facebook pixels when I say pixels, and then also maybe pixels for Pinterest, pixels for pixels for Pinterest. Right now I have Facebook, Google Pixel, Pinterest Pixel, and I believe that's it. I probably should have another pixel in there as well. But those are the pixels that I have on my pages right now. Even if I'm not running traffic on a particular platform, I will also just put the pixel on there so that way the pixel can start collecting the data out the gate. So that's it on the tech. So I hope that helps, and I hope that helps you guys be profitable, because you guys are going to definitely need a sales funnel to make sure that all of your numbers, make sure that all of your your economics are in order. All right. Peace.